Hey guys, it's your girl, Lady Lydia, and we are going to make us a old-fashioned, delicious banana pudding, just like our grandmas used to make. So this pudding is not like the box pudding, of course. We're using eggs and milk, and we're going to make the pudding from scratch. So as you can see, I am separating the egg yolks from the egg whites. Now in this recipe, I am doubling it up because I'm making two batches. The recipe and is going to be in the description box for you guys. So check that out if you would like to make this pudding. It is so delicious. And although, we may doctored up the pudding from the box, and I do, by the way, have a recipe for that. You can check that out. But we are going to make this from scratch. So I'm mixing up my sugar with the flour. I'm going to mix it up together, blend it well, and then we're going to go ahead and set that to the side for a moment while we get started with our milk. So we're going to start with the milk. I'm using evaporated milk. I like this over the whole milk. You can use whole milk as well, but I feel like it gives it a deeper richness to it. So then the egg yolks, I'm kind of blending it in together, and then I'm going to pour it in with the milk. And we're going to just blend this together, making sure that it is well incorporated with the milk, okay? And then after that, we'll go ahead and jump into the next step. Alright guys, so since that is mixed in together, now we're going to go ahead and add our sugar and flour mixture. And we're just going to blend it all together with the milk and make sure it's all incorporated well with the milk and the eggs. And now we're going to turn on the heat because I didn't have the heat on before. This to me is foolproof, and it's an easier way to make the banana pudding from scratch. Because sometimes some people may not know, or they may struggle with tempering their eggs. And so because of that, I would suggest you do it this way, and it makes it easy. Now, don't walk away. Make sure you continue to stir the milk and the egg sugar mixture because you don't want it to stick to the bottom of the pan. So as you can see, I'm using a spatula as well as a whisk. The whisk is helping to keep it whipped up together. The spatula, I'm making sure that it's not sticking to the sides. Now I started out with a medium-high heat for about a minute or so just to kind of get it going, and then I turned it down to medium-low. And so now as you can see, it's thickening up and we're almost done with our pudding mixture. It's that simple. Now, of course, I speeded up the video a little bit, so I don't want you to think it was just maybe 2 or 3 minutes. But I would say maybe between 10, 15 minutes, it should be ready, for you. Again, take your time. I'm using just a regular pot, to make this pudding. And so, yeah, since after we do that, we're going to go ahead and turn off the eye, and we're going to add in our vanilla, and then we're going to add in 2 tablespoons of butter. Now you can use salted butter if you like. It's totally up to you. If you don't use salted butter, because I am adding a little bit of, I would say, salt in the flour, and to me that helps to kind of balance out the sweetness. So since that is done, we set that to the side. Here are our bananas already cut up. We're going to use the vanilla wafers and we're going to get started. So I'm making 2 batches, as I explained to you guys earlier. As you can see, I'm layering it, and I have like a double layer of vanilla wafers. I'm not like trying to make it look pretty because nobody's not going to see anything on the inside of this, right? But I do want to make layers, and I like it to be double layers because it just gives it a better bite. So I'm layering in now. Even with my bananas, as you can see, they're not that thick. Some people cut big bananas. I like mine's pretty small, and most of the people that I make it for, this is how they like it as well. So now, if you are not a banana person, I've heard some people make the pudding without bananas. Now, do you call it banana pudding if there's no bananas in it? That would be a good question. I'm not for sure. But you go ahead and you make it the way you like, because you know what? You will be the one eating it, right? So yeah, we're going to go ahead and continue on. Now we're going to go ahead and start with our pudding, layering our pudding. Now, I did not wait until this cooled all the way. I didn't. I think it was set maybe 5 minutes. Because I took it off the eye and I started with the cookies and the bananas. So yeah, I would suggest that, to put it on while it's still warm. Some people, when they're making the pudding, they wait until it cooled off. That's totally up to you. But I'm going to go ahead and get finished with this, and I'll be back with you guys shortly. Banana pudding is one of my children's favorite uh, desserts, and it has been that way for years. And throughout the years, I've always tried different recipes. I've always tried different ways to create banana pudding. But, honey, there is nothing like homemade banana pudding. When you make this, you don't have to doctor it up. You don't have to add extra things into it. Once you cook that banana pudding and you layer it, it doesn't need anything else. It really doesn't. And it all meshes together. It's like the vanilla wafers and the bananas and the pudding. It all balances each other out. Now, this is my last layer that I'm making here, and yeah, we're gonna go ahead and top it off. Now, with the egg whites, you can make a meringue with soft peaks with a blender or stand mixer, whatever, whatever way you want to do it. Or you're going to do it like I do it. With one of them, I'm adding whipped cream. The other one, I'm not, because my son, he wanted it without the meringue. So, but the meringue, if you were to make it, you just pop it in the oven for about 10 minutes. Just watch it to make sure it doesn't burn, and then you're done. But with this one, I'm just going to top with cookies or with the vanilla wafers, and then the other one I'm going to top with the wafers and then some whipped cream. So we're going to go ahead and finish this up, guys, and I'll be right back with you. Right, so I'm cleaning the first one off, and we're going to go ahead and pop this in the oven and get started with this one, adding our whipped cream. So like I stated, this one I'm making for someone else. We're going to top it with whipped cream, and then, you know, just a few of the wafer cookie crumbs on top for a little decor. But other than that, yeah, we're going to pop this in the refrigerator as well, and this will be ready. And then we will be back with you. Now, the pudding, because it's warm, it helps it to kind of like set better and marinate, and it does not take as long for it to be ready to eat. So I'll be back with you guys momentarily, and we're going to dive into this and see how it tastes. All right, guys, we have gotten this out of the refrigerator, and it is time to dive in. Oh man, oh man. If I could tell you guys, if I can allow you to just taste it through this video, I would. But I'm telling you, it does not do it justice. You have got to try this recipe. It is so delicious. Now, if you have been tuning in, I appreciate you guys for taking the time to check out my videos. Please like, share, subscribe, and I really appreciate you all. Thank you so much for watching, and take care.